Welcome back to Chapel Sports Museum and Restaurant here at 323 Armour Road, North Kansas City. Matt Folks, Dave O'Hara down here, Tom Watson here in the middle as we're joined by Tom tonight on Behind the Stats Radio and now here on KCMetrosports.com. And Tom, first off, the main reason we have you here, and by the time people watch this, it probably will have been determined, but this weekend a great, fairly new tournament still here in Kansas City, the Watson Challenge.
Well, we started the Watson Challenge last year to try to give the golfers of Kansas City a chance to compete against each other, the best golfers in Kansas City to compete. We have 48 players, about half amateurs, half professionals, the best amateurs and the best professionals of the 8-county greater Kansas City area. Last year was won by Blake Graham of Holbrook, and this year we're playing at Milburn on the 7th, 8th, and 9th of June. We play in the morning, so come on out and watch us play.
Tom, during our broadcast, you had mentioned to Matt and me that you're the one you want to win the most, the tournament you wanted to win the most was the U.S. Open. Would you get us back in that story again, as for those that missed the podcast or the radio broadcast, why was that the one tournament U.S. Open you wanted to win the most?
Well, when I grew up, my father was a great U.S. Open historian. I mean, great, meaning he knew all the stats, all the figures, who won, who was runner-up, and he basically pounded into me all those years about the U.S. Open. He also said that Sam Snead, who was his idol, he loved the way Sam played the game and swung the golf club. Sam never won the U.S. Open, so there was a little pressure on me.
You know, a lot of people have wondered about, the 17th at Pebble, the duel in the sun, whichever, and maybe it wasn't one of these, but can you pick a defining moment for you in your career?
Well, I don't think so. I think it's cumulative. All the moments I had were just, there were some good moments. There were some bad moments as far as my play is concerned. And it's just like life. You go through cycles, ups and downs. I think the key thing in the way I played the game is that I learned that you had to kind of keep on a level. That if you hit a bad shot, you certainly can't quit. You've got and you can't get angry over it. You just have to do. You have to do it better the next time, and not to hit two bad shots in a row was part of my the way I played the game. But conversely, if after I hit a great shot, made hold a shot or made an eagle on a hole, that's when I had to worry about getting back to that level, because sometimes that brought me out of my my competitive shell, so to speak, and it allowed me to fail. And a lot of times I'd screw up after hitting a great shot. It was interesting the way that worked with me.
Now, during the broadcast, again, you talked about a very dear friend of yours who succumbed to ALS, and he was also your caddy. As you just did on the radio broadcast, we'd love to hear your thoughts again and your memories of Bruce Edwards.
Well, Bruce caddied for me for 33 years. He started in 1973 with me in St. Louis on a hot practice round day that I went out and I hit about, for 2.5 hours, I hit practice balls about 98 degrees. And he said, "What am I getting myself into here?" I finished sixth in that tournament in St. Louis, and he asked me, he said, "Well, can I caddy for you the rest of the year?" And I said, "Hey, hold on, let's just go 1 week at a time here." And he said, "How about 3 weeks?" And I said, "No, 1 week at a time. Let's see how good you are." But 33 years later, he did succumb to ALS, a terrible disease. Disease that George Brett certainly has some closeness to. His good friend Keith Worthington died of it, and they started the Keith Worthington chapter here in Kansas City to fight ALS. And we both are there trying to raise funds. As a matter of fact, about 2 weeks ago, we were raising funds for that cause. Just something's got to change. I mean, we don't have right now anything that can help people with ALS, and if you get it, you die. That's the sad thing about it. So we're still working real hard for that.
And you had said Bruce's energy, his personality, he was always a jokester, and you said he liked to live life to the fullest. And I loved your the term you put on it. You said he was the Arnold Palmer of caddies.
Yeah, Bruce was nicknamed the Arnold Palmer of caddies because he basically brought the caddy ranks up as far as the class is concerned. He dressed well. He did the right things. He showed up on time. He treated people with respect, and he liked to party, but he also he knew that the things that the caddies had to do to keep their jobs is just show up on time and be there when your man needs you. And he was the best at it.
And again, the Watson Challenge, the 7th, 8th, and 9th, Milburn Golf and Country Club, and the proceeds from that going to a great cause, the First Tee here in Greater Kansas City.
Yes, the First Tee is an organization to introduce kids and get them started in the game of golf. The caddy ranks are no longer. That's where the kids used to be able to learn the game and get to love the game, and the First Tee has replaced that. And more importantly, it teaches the kids the 9 core values. This is honesty and sportsmanship and integrity and things like that go along in playing the game. Really, they use the game as a hook to get the kids there, and because of the fun of the game. But in the teaching them of the game, they teach them about sportsmanship, what to do. Hey, if your ball moves and you're playing a competition and nobody else sees your ball move, you know it's a penalty. Do you call it on yourself, or do you not? That's life's question right there, and that's what the organization is doing.
Well, Tom, we appreciate you joining us tonight for the radio broadcast, signing a lot of autographs. And on behalf of Dave O'Hara and Tom Watson, I'm Matt Folks. Next week, we'll be taping on Wednesday. Steve Busby, Royals Hall of Fame pitcher, will be here. That'll be Wednesday here at Chapels, 323 Armour Road in North Kansas City, from about 11:30 to 12:30. So right during the lunch hour, you can come down and see Buzz and hear some of his stories, as well as we did here with Tom.
By the way, Tom is our best attended show we've ever had. Duran Cherry, close second, but Tom, thank you so much.
Thank you, David. It's a pleasure being here, Matt.
Thank
Thanks.
you.